imminent death, number 2, and imminent death number 3. And that's when I knew I was in for a fun lobby. As you can see here, just sending him a message to very kindly heck off and leave me alone. I just didn't want to deal with it. At this day and phase it was like 11. As you can see here, I'm just doing all the CEO stuff just to get the discounts on certain cars and just do stuff of the day, and obviously just earn money, as most people do, as I eat all of the dirt coming off of the Vinewood sign. But unfortunately for me, as I notice right about now, as you can see, you'll see me hit the brakes, as Grandpa had not heeded to my warning of hecking off. So I had to sort of show him what would happen if he didn't, you know, leave me alone like I asked. Like, it's very rude to impede on someone's social space. As you can see here, he descends from the heavens for me to send him back up to heaven. And what I didn't realise at this time was this gave me the VIP front row seat to the laser show from the Widowmakers. As you can see, the burnt out deluxe. But as you can see, going over the hill, giving me a cheeky honk, and here comes the laser show. Gorgeous! Look at that crossbeam as the tree, my mortal enemy, gets in my way and stops me from making my hasty escape. But as you can see, aiming isn't a strong suit, none of them even close to killing me, and I just scamper over the hill in my van and easily get away. I mean, they weren't the best at driving. I saw them crash a couple of times, and this checkpoint not being given to me was a bit mean, but it didn't matter. And as you can see, easily away. But of course, as most of them do, waiting for me outside, and you saw the C4 fly across my screen, and then I get blown up. And basically this is when I started to egg them on. So I sent him a message basically saying, I'll give you an A for effort, and as you can see there's his reply, shame. I'll give you an A for effort, but C for execution. And as you can see, I'm egging him on to send him a message saying, just basically saying all the random shit, just stuff that I think would get him off guard. And as you can see here, whilst I was doing it, they've driven up to kill me, as they do, because I mean, the only thing valuable to their non-existent lives is getting numbers up on a game that has a basically deathmatch online. But I mean, of course, that means everything for skill. It's not all about the different caliber of weapons or nothing like that at all. But as you can see, I was just trying to call my mechanic when he told me to speak English. Now the reason for that is because instead of saying "for," I said "foe" as I punched the air out of pure rage, and then get ran over by a ramp car. Discontinued, this is just ×8 speed. Sorry about the choppiness, I mean, I don't think you want to see this, but as you can see, standing still, getting sniped. This last one was fucking just horrible though. It took them 4 shots to kill me. And there's the preliminary, get good, lol. Spelled incorrectly, as we all know the elite way is get good, G-I-T-G-U-D. Like, that is just the elite way of spelling it, and that's when you know you're dealing with one of those elite hacks or gamers, is when it's spelled get good. Ignore that, I was trying to get over the bridge. But as you saw there, I got the second viewing to the light show. I mean, the Widowmaker really doesn't really do damage to cars, but you know. Meanwhile, whilst they were trying to blow me up, my main objective was to get on this building, overshot it slightly, so in my rage I started doing spins. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and get the 5th into a flippy-do. Perfect landing, as Maze Bank tells me about a property. and I take flight again in my scramjet. This is really all I do in my scramjet, is just fly. And I didn't realise this at the time, but they were trying to blow me up in the air. How dare they? Obviously missing, because they're even better homing missiles. But as you can see, his mate's in the Deluxo now. As you see, do the front flip in the scramjet, and you'll see him pick up his mate and start to fly off in the Deluxo, because we all know the most skilled players need homing missiles to get their kills, and obviously non-moving targets as well. I mean, that just speaks volumes about the skill level of all these characters, when their main kills are with flying cars and bikes with homing missiles. It's the most skilled play you'd ever see. Now this rocket was a bit bullshit, because as you just heard, the lock-on wasn't even on me, and I just get blown up in the air. But as we all know, there's all skill there. And at this point, they started picking on someone else, because at this point, I presume I just pissed them off enough for them to leave me alone. And you see how well that goes for them. His mate gets killed whilst in Ghost Organisation, gets murdered, and then about half a minute later, Optic gets a double kill on them. Just shows the skill level that we're dealing with here. As you can see, there's the second kill. It just shows, and obviously I've got to give my words of encouragement, just to say congrats on being bodied that hard, and obviously saying to Optic as well, just keep on doing what you're doing. Like, I'll just piss them off, which I do quite successfully with the bruh, you are actually dumb. Perfect grammar from this man. Perfect. Insinuating. To which I replied to him, speak English. Because as any cultured man would do. And as you can see here, he chooses suicide. Now, never choose suicide. And here you go, you'll see me, I just parked up scolding him for choosing that way out of his situation. I mean, it's so sad to see a kid like that choosing suicide to get out of his state. But as you can see, I'll wrap up the message, and then here we go, as my skilled driving comes into fruition, and there is the, as I get a brake boost, because I'm just that skilled flex, that is English like what? That is referring to him just using you are your. And then I basically say to him, to be honest, I can't even remember what I say to him here. Like, it's just, I lost so many brain cells trying to communicate with this man. And as you can see here, he obviously echoes my statements with the, you're making me lose brain cells, just stop whilst you're at it. To which I obviously reply with the cultured answer of, you're not using them anyway, no harm lost. As his mate still getting body bagged by Optic. I mean, and as you can see, as you can hear, I really want to send that message, but obviously after that, he comes with the most intelligent answer he can muster, which is, your mum. That's when I knew the caliber I was versing, and I would have to use all the tricks in the book to outwit this man. As you can see by this next message of I hate black people, the amount of IQ on this man was insane. And this third message just continues it of what? I mean, I am a white privileged male. To which I replied, sure you are, sweetie. And also, unfortunate that you are losing those brain cells. As he just replies, hi. I think, genuinely, this man's thought process. I replied with bye here, by the way, because... And then here you go, I'm trying to send messages, but apparently everything is inappropriate. And then, no, but Magic Johnson's gonna give you AIDS. I then applauded him for figuring out his way around the profanity system. Obviously, you're gonna have to give him the small wins. And then he replies with, I'll find a way to work around me shoving my pee-pee in your kids. You know, cultured response. And then, you know what I am gonna do? Your kids and your hot wife. Well, thanks for assuming that I do indeed have this hot wife, and we made wonderful kids. I mean, it's a real good morale boost, as I was just saying to Optic. They're not the smartest tools in the shop. to quote Smash Mouth. But as you can see here, get some more pew-pews on Rockstar's brilliant AI system. I mean, yeah, just go around a fence with guns blazing, but as you can see, they just parked the van. Whilst this was happening, a task force was being enabled of Moist and his mate. And whilst that was happening, obviously Moist in the passenger seat was messaging me, and obviously because I'm not a pussy, I'll reply to him even if I know he's getting closer. But as you can see, because you have a maximum of 60 letters, you mong, and then Optic's just like some others have them, which I feel sorry for that kid's mother. But I just replied to Moist saying, congrats on your improvement of not using you and actually using YOU. So good, congratulations. And whilst that was happening, I was replying to Optics saying, may die, but it's funny as fuck. And then Moist gives me words of encouragement to help me me sort out my kids with coal major. God knows. But Optic then sends me a message saying you have a good one. We'd sort of made a friendship at this point, so obviously being kind-natured, I obviously sent him the message back of you too. And whilst this was happening, danger approached in the form of a ramp truck. And Moist Grandpa obviously wanted to know my kids a bit more, asked what my kids' favourite candy is, and obviously he must be organising a hamper for my kids. And obviously I was like, I parked it up here and using my massive brain cells accidentally pressed call, accidentally then pressed his mate, and then get to send a message and said Twix maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, they haven't been born yet. But anyway, as you can see here, going up the hill, and he gives me a cheers. Obviously in their truck they're not going to catch the van, so I got to the destination pretty easily. But yeah, just a disclaimer, this is not how you deal with this sort of interactions in games. Like, your best bet is just to leave them alone and let them do their own thing. But I'd had a long day and I've been suffering with a shitload of stuff, so I was just fed up of it. So I just decided, you know what, I'll make their life hell for a bit. And as you saw there, I started messaging Lockie because I was just messaging him, basically warning him about the two idiots I've been dealing with for the past about hour at this point. But as you can see, they started killing each other because they obviously couldn't kill me. They were unsuccessful in that endeavour. But yeah, this continued for like another 70 minutes, but they didn't kill me at all. Nothing really interesting happened. But if this happens to you in your gaming experience, I'm very sorry, and I hope you can get over it.